So here in this example is my first iteration of how I want to make the cat move. It has a few problems though, and part of that has got to do with these blocks up here, which are the event handlers. Because they're event handlers, what happens is they basically tell the program underneath them to run, and that's all they can do. So that's why when I press the right arrow, this sequence runs, and I have to press it again to make it run again. I could try and improve on this by putting this sequence inside a loop. That way when I press the right arrow, it will run, but unfortunately it runs forever. So that iteration of my idea is not going to help me. I could, when I look over here, maybe choose to use a repeat block, and I could change this to any number I want. We'll leave it as 10. So that's a little bit better, but it's still kind of clunky. So to iterate on this idea further, I'm going to have to use some new ideas. And the one that is really useful in a Scratch project is, instead of using these event handlers to make things happen, use a when green flag is clicked. And this is what people will click when they first start using your program. And so now this will tell all of the program below it to start running when the program runs. So what I can do now is, if I put a forever block in here, any instructions I put in here will keep running over and over and over again when the green flag is clicked, and so I can put instructions in here that now will make the cat move. So what I have to do now is I have to get what's called a conditional statement. It's an if-then statement. And you'll notice it's got a diamond in here, and over here in sensing, these are also diamonds. And the one I want, there's lots of interesting ones by the way, but the one I want is this one. And I can change this to if right arrow is pressed, and if I drag it over here and hover over the diamond, it'll go inside there. So this is exactly the same instruction as over here, only it's running in the background all the time. So what I can do now is duplicate this and put this in here. And now I'm just going to take these away here so they don't run. So now when I click the green flag and I press this, as long as I'm pressing the key down, the cat will actually start to move. So by changing my event handler, using a loop, and using a conditional statement, I've managed to take what was kind of a clunky way of making the cat move and make it much more efficient. Now I can also duplicate this, and if I change this to left arrow and this to left, I've now got a much better way for my cat to move.